evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are set for the next round. Happy November to you. We're ready for round number 3, the playoffs. We're rocking and rolling here. It is the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Northwest iRacing Truck Series playoffs. We're ready on your home for sim racing, LSR TV and CRN Sports. I'm Wesley Outland. Greg Rance alongside Will Duvall in the production chair here tonight. And Greg, the trucks, Richmond Raceway. This is going to be an exciting 200 laps tonight. The Richmond 200, round number 3 of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Truck Series playoffs.
Round number 3, and 2 drivers locked in so far. Sean Breitzman, Dan West Jr. with wins in Atlanta and Watkins Glen respectively. Now we into the 3/4 mile short track here in Richmond, Virginia. A D-shaped oval, very short track, and Wesley, our second trip here this season, and Dan West Jr., who has locked himself in to the round of 8 with a win last week at Watkins Glen. He's hoping he can repeat what he did here in the spring. All he did was lead every single lap.
Yeah, we're ready for these drivers to get ready to go to battle here as, again, the drivers of the Truck Series preparing, ready to go. We have seen Sean Breitzman. He's transferred. We've seen Dan West Jr. He is in. For everybody else, they have got to fight their way in. And bottom line, with just 2 races left until the round of 8, you've got to win these races to advance. And right now, just 2 drivers know that they're going to the next round.
Yeah, Dan West Jr. and Sean Breitzman, the only 2 drivers locked into the round of 8 for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs. Going to be a fun one here at Richmond to see if anyone else can lock themselves in, or if we have any drivers get knocked out here officially tonight because of a bad race.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting event here. We're glad that you are along for the ride on, of course, LSR TV and CRN Sports for coverage here of the trucks. We're ready to go here at the Richmond Raceway. These drivers will get ready to battle. They will. No, I'm having trouble not being able to get not being able to get the broadcast stream, guys, for some reason. I just didn't want to make it obvious. So, anyhow, the drivers getting prepared, getting ready to go for this event. Drivers meeting is still ongoing. So, hey, this is what we're going to do. When we come back, they're going to get ready to qualify. We're going to step away. We'll be right back, and we'll get ready for this event here. The Richmond 200 from Richmond Raceway, live on LSR TV and CRN Sports at wearecrn.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Richmond Raceway, getting ready for the Richmond 200. Greg Rance, Wesley Outlet here with you, all part of the Napa, West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs, round number 3, qualifying on track, and here comes Stephan O'Hare. The number 41 goes around, tail spin off of turn number 2. I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of that here tonight, Greg.
Yeah, we had some issues with that in practice. A lot of drivers, including Stephan O'Hare, right there in turn number 2 in practice, having those issues, as he's going to just take the wash on the first lap. Only 1 driver so far taking time in this qualifying session. That is Caden Anderson in the number 37. This truck right here, the Harvest Chevrolet Silverado, coming around to complete his second lap. He is the only driver on the board. Looks like a 21.758 if I'm seeing that on the ticker. 763. So I was close.
And by the way, you heard me say the name Will Duvall. Will Duvall is in the production chair tonight because our normal A squad equipment, Charles Wooten, had a faulty failure, if you will. I've never heard of the whole term of water spewing from the monitor, from the computer, but supposedly that happens. They have to have fluids too, just like our bodies do. So whatever happened to the computer, it has been fixed. They are working on getting it maintenance, and it'll be up and ready to go by tomorrow night for the fall brawl race. So. But there's Roy Grande finishing up with his qualifying lap. There's Stephan O'Hare. He's going to try it again. The American Roundup entry, number 41 Ford. 22.107 for the American touch-up entry. Right now, Dan West Jr., he wins right now the pole, right at the top of the board, 55, 21.759 seconds. Here comes Stephen Paulison, the Jim Beam Toyota. He's the next qualifier on the racetrack, Greg.
Paulson taking the high line there, trying to build up as much momentum as he can. I wonder if our executive producer, Mr. Wooten, is looking for some Jim Beam or some kind of hard beverage right
See,
now after the kind of night
you brought that into a segue. I know you did. Yes, especially after the day he had, for sure. Our producer in the background saying he had some as well.
It's been an interesting day for all of us. We all four of us, it sounds like, have had interesting days here, and we all converge on Richmond Raceway here tonight. Watch Stephen Paulson right now go 8th out of 22.211. 11 trucks have taken time thus far. Dan Lowther, bottom of the board right now in the 63 for Northwest Thunder. But Wesley, he had a nice mock qualifying run in the 63. Ended the day second in practice. So keep your eyes on the 63 moving forward here.
Stephen Paulison. Here comes Wayne Rick next on the Speedway. Understanding that our executive producer off tonight has had rum and coke, and because he is inebriated, that is why he is not in the production chair tonight. So that explains it. Computer issues, and he decides to drink his sorrows away. Here comes the Monster Energy, number 69. Unleash your inner beast. And there's the 69 machine. Beautiful looking truck there. I like the wrap colors of Wayne Rick. 23.266 seconds, lap number 1. And right now, if it's just me, all I see is White's time at the top of the board. I'm not seeing anybody else's. 21.630 seconds right now. Chris White at the top of the board in qualifying now, Greg.
Sorry about that, Wesley. White on top of the board. 14 trucks have taken time thus far as Wayne Rick goes 14th at a 22.944. As the top 10 rundown right now are Chris White, Dan West Jr., Caden Anderson, Robert Gamble, Ryan Maines is your top 5. Then you got Tyler King, Racetrack King, Stephen Paulison, and he just got knocked down by William Fletcher and Kevin Smith, the 28.0, both jumping up there. So O'Hare, Lowther, Vining, Taco Bell, Roy Grande, and Rick, your 14 cars.
Yeah, it's the home of tacos tonight for Roy Grande. He literally has started putting in his name, Roy Taco Grande, on the broadcast. He did it the other night on Monday for the Cup Series. As here comes the trucks, yeah. And Kathy, I know you love it when I say it. Here comes the Toyota number 46, one of the drivers that has already advanced to the round of 8. Coming up for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs. That is Sean Breitzman, his Toyota number 46. Now, Greg, here's the thing. He struggled in the iRacing Northwest Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products. By the way, round 2 is coming up on this Sunday night at North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm going to make sure I get back to my hotel room before that race gets started at 10:30. But other than that, he struggled in the supercar, but he really does well on the truck in the Cup Series.
And honestly, he was able to climb through the field and get up close to the top 5 with the help of this man that was on
Stabnow, quick time!
Yeah, he goes top of the board. This Jeff Stabnow, 21.620. Quicker on lap 2, 21.567. He was on the top of the pit box making the calls for Breitzman in that Northwest Tour race, of course, under his alias that he told us not to say if he can't say it correct. Yeah,
Pablo Skedabar. Pablo Skedabar.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But he...
Pablo Skedabar. Yes,
Pablo Snickers bar. Snickers bar with a Snickers bar.
That's it.
I don't know.
So,
it's still fall out from Halloween. We all still got candy on the mind.
I didn't get no candy. I had to work on Halloween.
I got plenty because I had nieces and nephews to steal from. It's called an uncle tax.
Well, there you go.
What? You want me to watch your stuff while you're trick or treating? Sure. Hand over all the Starburst.
All the Snickers. That'll be mine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, looks like qualifying is officially wrapping up. 17 drivers have took time. There's about 7 minutes remaining. Anybody else going to step up to the plate? I don't think that they will. And it looks like Walters, Green, Hutchinson, Burke, Fournier, Harris, Ritters, Tidrick, and Musgrave. Yes, we have a lady in the field, Ellie Musgrave. She's back. They will all not qualify. So it looks like 17 drivers are going to take time. And unofficially, it looks like Jeff Stabnow is going to be your fast qualifier. Understanding 2 minutes left in qualifying, but I don't think there's anybody else who's going to step up to the plate and qualify here. I really don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. 9 drivers have yet to take time, so we're looking at 26 trucks here in Richmond, Virginia tonight. Waiting on word on Ellie Musgrave because she was having those dreaded connection issues in practice. Have not yet to see her return to the session, so not sure if she's going to make it out here for this one or not here, Wesley.
So right now, as we have about just under a minute left to go in qualifying before it officially becomes official, the driver in the number 5 seed, of course, 6 wins on the year, none in the playoffs yet. The driver, the number 24, Waltz Beard Co. LSR TV, number 24 entry, and that is Jeff Stabnow. Jeff looks like he's going to be fast qualifier. Jeff, congratulations to you. What a lap around Richmond Raceway, 21.567 seconds. Looks like you'll be the man that'll bring us to the green flag. You like Richmond.
I've had some good races at Richmond. I've had some bad ones. Richmond's just one of those, I don't know how to say, you almost got to get in the zone tracks, right? It's a rhythm track. You either get a good rhythm going and you have a good night, or you don't get that rhythm right and you struggle all night.
Well, I'll tell you what, you put down quite a lap. What do you think we're going to see here tonight for this race at Richmond? I'm seeing new drivers, 20-plus trucks. It should be a fun 200 laps around this three-quarter-mile track.
Yeah, I suspect we might have some early cautions before we get things cleaned up, then maybe get a long green flag run or two in here tonight. Typically, the trucks run pretty clean here, but like you said, we got a few new drivers tonight, so we might have a little bit of growing pain going on.
Greg, you got anything for Jeff Stabnow, our fast qualifier here tonight at Richmond?
Jeff looking for a bounce back here after struggling, finishing 3 laps down here back in the spring, but on the pole right now, fastest in practice as well. Have you changed anything from the springtime race back in May, or are you just rolling with the same thing and hoping for a little bit of a better shakedown?
No, this is absolutely just completely different. Track actually, believe it or not, has a lot less grip than it did for that afternoon race early in the year for whatever reason. But sets go tight pretty quick, so I just tightened up that set a little bit for the qual lap. But my race set is it's on a knife's edge, so going to be real worried about the first couple laps anytime on tires. I'm pretty loose. Just trying to keep this set as loose as I can so it doesn't get too tight. That's what I think most of us are going to be fighting at, is tight sets.
All right, well, Jeff, it's race time, buddy. Congratulations on the pole. We'll talk to you later on tonight. Go get them.
All right, man. Thanks.
Jeff Stabnow, truck number 24. I'm back here now. Sorry about that. Jeff Stabnow, he is the man that is on the pole in truck number 24. And without a further ado, Greg Rentz, we are set for the starting lineup presented by ComServe Wireless for tonight's Richmond 200. Jeff Stabnow on the pole in the 24 to the outside, 83. He's not won in a while. That's Chris White, row 1. Row number 2 will find Sean Breitzman. He's already locked in the West Bay Napa Auto Parts round of 8 next. He's in the 46, along with the other man, the 55 of Dan West Jr., row 2.
Caden Anderson in the number 37 finished 3rd here last time out in the spring with Robert Gamble. Got a top 5 last week at Watkins Glen with a nice qualifying effort here in 6th. He will start in row number 3. Ryan Maines and William Fletcher, part-time driver for Fletcher. Maines, a playoff driver, trying to get himself into the round of 8. They make up row 4.
Row number 5 to round out the top 10, Kevin Smith at a 00 to his outside. Tyler King, the racetrack king in the 44, as Greg said, not me. That's your top 10. Row number 6, 11, Stephen Paulus and Jim Bean Man in the 58. And I hear Will Duvall say hell yes in the background. Along with Devin West, he's had some bad luck the last couple of weeks. Got himself a top 12 start. We'll see what he can do in the 5 truck tonight. Ready to go.
3 wins on the year for Stephan O'Hare, and the number 41 playoff driver missed the opening round in Atlanta, so he's having to play catch-up from the 13th position alongside Northwest Thunder's Dan Lowther. No truck wins, but a playoff driver in both starts 13th tonight. James Vining in the number 333, making up the 15th spot with Taco Bell Roy Grande rounding out the top 16.
Row number 9 is going to be Wayne Rick in the 69 to his outside. Ellie Musgrave in the 16. Hopefully she can make the field. Row number 10 in the top 20. It is going to be B.J. Tidrick in the 72 to the outside. Corey Walters. Row number 11 will find Carl Burke and Ray Fournier. You see the rest of the lineup on the bottom of the screen as we are getting set to go for this event. By the way, thanks again to Tom Green. He's at the back of the pack, but he is the man behind West Bay Napa Auto Parts, again, for being a big sponsor for the playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. And we are set for round number 3 of the playoffs coming up here. So, hey, bottom line is we set the stage for you. Row number 2, you got Sean Breitzman, Dan West Jr. They have moved on to the playoffs. For drivers like Stabnow and White, they're talented. Now, normally we have the green and the blue, but again, this is the B squad announcing program, not the A squad. Hopefully Charles will get his stuff back going here in a bit. But normally you see the green boxes of who's in, bold, blue of who is in the top 12, not in. So right now we'll tell you, West, Breitzman, Paulison. West, Breitzman, they're in. Paulison, West, Stabnow, Ottenbacher, King, Maines, Walters, Lowther, Vining, and O'Hare. Those are your drivers that are in the playoffs. And we are set, Greg, to come to green. I'll let you call the start tonight.
As they come off of turn number 4, race fans for Richmond Raceway, wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point harness. Race fans, it is showtime. Let's kick some asphalt at the 3/4 mile, Richmond Raceway.
Green flag in the air. We're opening laps so far good. 200 the distance. We're on lap 3 of 200. Stabnow out in front. Breitzman right there behind him. And, you know, Greg, this is one of these races at Richmond where it could go by quickly. It could be a caution fest. We could see the long green flag runs. We could see strategy here where they got to gamble fuel mileage and save, conserve. There's no idea what kind of race we'll see here tonight for virtual Richmond.
And Stabnow talked about he was expecting it to be kind of messy at the start of the race before settling down in the second half of it. He's coming up on lap traffic already. That's Wayne Rick in the Monster Energy number 69. Missed the grid in this one, so he was not able to make it out there until the leaders were already well underway. He's going to move out of the way to let Stabnow go. Wayne Rick missing the start in this one. Stabnow and Breitzman have broken away 1.3 seconds over Caden Anderson, Chris White, and Dan West Jr. White had a big problem on this one, Wesley. Started up on the outside of the front row, but has faded big time, falling into the 4th position, just trying to settle things down right now. Winner back here in May, Dan West Jr. led all 205 laps in that one. He rides 5th.
That's right, as they work their way back out of turn number 3 and 4, and back into the straightaway now here, down into turn 4. There's Caden Anderson. You see him back to 3rd spot. You got White back in 4th. West is in 5th. That's Dan West Jr. The nice-looking 69 machine there as well. We were talking about him earlier. Nice-looking machine of Smith. I know that normally he's in the 00, but right now he's in a 69 machine. Watching them as they work their way around the racetrack. There's Dan Lowther trying to close in behind Tedrick. Man, Tedrick's got a nice-looking wrap job on his truck tonight. Definitely Bass Pro Shop's a week late Halloween wrap job, it looks like.
He had that same scheme at Watkins Glen last week. Tedrick, he has made very, very limited starts here in the Truck Series this season, but I was talking to him before the race, Wesley. He said he intends to make all the playoff races from here on for the trucks because he's in the Cup playoffs. He's using this as a practice session for the playoff race on Monday. One car already on pit road. That was Toby Ritters in the number 23, but BJ Tidrick, we can expect to see him in the Truck Series races moving forward here as practice for the Cup races coming up on Monday nights, in which he is in the playoffs for.
Yeah, and again, by the way, round number 3 of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs will be Monday for the Cup Series. And again, that'll be, 11:15 Eastern time on LSR TV and CRN Sports as we watch now the number 10 peek down to the inside, make a move, trying to close in on the Jags entry of Smith as they work their way off the corner down to the line, another lap in, and again, Stephan O'Hare. Look at this truck on the inside. We got to see what he can do. Tidrick's in that mix as well. A lot of good, strong competitors here as we're in the early going. Hard to believe we're 11, 12 laps in this time by and clean and green for the most part. No problems.
Stephan and Breitzman have opened it up a little bit on the field. The rest of the field kind of close together here. Here's Tidrick and Smith side by side right now. That is for 10th. On the board. Tidrick going to get the spot. Next up will be Stephan O'Hare in the number 41. Tidrick in that 72 and Smith have a little bit of history. They had a run in earlier this season. There you saw the gap back to third from the leaders as there's Anderson in the 37 still looking for that first truck win. Chris White behind him in the 83 with damage on the tailgate after the incident early with Anderson. So we'll see how that goes the rest of the way. Dan West Jr. was right up there in that mix as well. We go on board with him. Look at the damage on the back of Chris White.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Hey, by the way, when we get a chance real quickly, let's go ahead and do this right now while we've got a break in the action. Let's go to the number 18 truck of Roy Grande, Taco Man, Ole, the number 18 machine. We can show him real quickly on the racetrack, and I have a reason for it, by the way. Just want to kind of do this to kind of set the stage. Roy Grande, there he is, the number 18 machine. Just wanted to pass this message along to Logan in Klamath Falls. Just want to send a shout out to, again, Roy Grande's nephew, Logan in Klamath Falls. Definitely a little one, definitely a fan of esports, definitely a fan of watching his family man, Roy Grande, race. This young kid definitely having a fun time tonight, getting to stay up and watch it. Keep up the good work. Again, I want to send a shout-out, Greg, to Logan in Klamath Falls. Hope you enjoy the race, buddy. And that's coming from LSR TV, CRN Sports, myself, Greg Rentz, Will, Charles, and even Roy Grande in the number 18 truck.
Plugging away. Gotta love it when you have family watching you and supporting you here in the realm of iRacing. Stab now has opened it up a little bit over Sean Breitzman in the number 46. There's Stab now in the 24. And Wesley, Breitzman has a new look on the truck as well. He debuted kind of that new look on the Cup side of things on Monday at Watkins Glen. There you saw Wayne Rick pulling in. But look at the new look on his Toyota Tundra here tonight. He sits in second right now, locked himself into the playoffs, round of 8 with a win at Atlanta, and here he is running second right now. Nice run early for Breitzman in the LSR TV Toyota.
Underway here with the trucks working lap number 20 this time by as 19 of 200 is in. It's been all Jeff Stab now out in front. There is the man right there in the number 24. I noticed he changed his truck colors up a little bit. You noticed that, Greg? He's kind of changed it up because it's not November, it's not October, it's not Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But he definitely have got some new wrap jobs on his truck as well. I don't see the skull anymore.
Yeah, back to kind of a more look for Stab now. This was one of his original paint schemes. Got Walls Beer Co. on board, LSR TV. But the big difference in this one is look at the back bumps as he goes in there. He's got a big old West Bay Napa Auto Parts banner right there on the back of that Ford F-150.
And the front.
He's in the playoffs.
And the front.
He's got the windshield banner, but that big thing on the back right there, that's a little extra bonus for him. Just, hey, I'm in the playoffs. West Bay came up. Might as well give him some support here on the back of my truck as well.
There you go. And by the way, we want to thank Tom Green because he is the man behind the business in Washington, the West Bay Napa Auto Parts. And if it wasn't for him making it happen, this definitely would still be going on, but he has definitely made it so much sweeter, and we definitely do appreciate that. So, and I know we have got fun times in the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs to continue for season 7 for the trucks. Round 3 here tonight. And then, of course, again, the trucks series tonight, season 7, and the inaugural season for the Cup series continues on Monday night. But there is Stab now. He is out in front. Breitzman still losing ground. I mean, oh my goodness, look at the interval. Is there any way we can do a distance instead of seconds, Will? Can we show the interval back instead of? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, what is it?
Having some technical
yeah.
difficulties here.
Charles, get in there and help him.
It's been one of those days here for all of us. Breitzman in second.
One of those days.
The lap truck. We get around the lap truck of Ray Fournier. The all pink blip you see right there coming off of turn number 2. That is Caden Anderson, who's in third. Still looking for that first truck win. Finished third here in the spring. So knows how to get around Richmond. So keep your eyes on Anderson for sure. A couple ARCA wins in the official service on iRacing here for Anderson at Richmond.
Yeah, and I think he's sponsored by sponsored by the Harvest Channel, I think it is. The Harvest Channel?
Harvest Chevrolet. It's a Chevrolet dealership in his hometown of Yakima, Washington. Harvest Chevrolet. Got Hermiston Raceway on board the Cup car, at least. There's a good look at the back. I see TRE, Thompson Racing Enterprises, on board Caden Anderson, a local speed shop here in the Northwest. And I know he's got help from Hermiston Raceway, located in Hermiston, Oregon. Caden Anderson paints. He does his own custom paints. If you want to paint, you can get a hold of him, and he'll get you pointed the right direction. One of several of our Northwest boys who do paints. Got to give a shout to all of them, and they have all helped us out, not just but in the Northwest Tour as well. Which, by the way, this number 37 you're watching right now, Caden Anderson, Wesley, he was the driver with the most picks to win the championship this year in the Northwest Tour. He was probably the hands-on favorite as far as the other competitors went for the Northwest Tour. Fought back to finish in the top 5 last week after a disappointing start to the race. A hard fight for him at USA last week. Looking to bounce back at Wilkesboro, where he's got a couple ins to his name back in the North Wilkesboro Challenge. Anderson's going to be making a lot of noise on LSR TV in the coming weeks.
And by the way, John Odenbacher, no, I am not from Oregon. I guess that's where that town is from. I guess I didn't say the name right. And Will, how dare you being a West Coast guy, Greg, and not helping me there. Greg being the guy from the West Coast up in the Northwest, and kind of threw me to the wolves. I guess I didn't say the name right, or was it? But John Odenbacher, I want to say hello to John, Greg, because we knew that he was going to be in the first race of the season. In the playoffs is what I meant to say, and then he was going to have to bail on us for the first couple of weeks. So we miss him. We wish that green 09 was out there, but the purple 09, but he is watching the broadcast.
Yeah, Bacher hanging out. Hey, I'm from Washington, so I don't even know the correct pronunciation.
Oregon ain't Oregon up above Washington, or Washington above Oregon? Where you?
Washington's above Oregon, but
I'm saying, yeah.
I think it's Klamath Falls. If I have to take a guess, I had to take.
Well, damn it! There you go, Klamath Falls. There you go. So a shout out.
It is, but,
that's it.
Yeah, we don't get many racers from
I
Oregon
said
coming up to my local
I said
track.
Klamath. You could have said Wesley. It's pronounced Klamath. Klamath Falls. I said Klamath.
Well, I wasn't sure if that was indeed the thing. Hey, we got a battle on the racetrack for 4th Bruin between Chris White in the 83 and Dan West Jr. in the 55.
This is for second, right? Yeah.
This is for fourth.
There you go.
This is West Jr. going to the inside now of White for 4th. He's going to clear him. Remember, West won here in the spring. Led every lap here at Richmond. He's already in round of 8. Just looking to try to get some extra points towards that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Hitting 4th from White. But now, the driver he's battling with for that number 1 seed, Sean Breitzman, lays pretty far ahead here in this one. By the way, it's 2.6 back now from Breitzman to the race leader, Jeff Stabnow. Stabnow's led them all thus far, and he has definitely made whatever changes that they made to that number 24 Walls Beard Kill LSR-TV Ford F-150 from the spring race is definitely working for him with a big lead right now.
We are coming up on 35 laps completed as the leader comes out of turn number 4. Jeff Stabnow is out in front. He is the man in the number 24 entry. Behind him, it is Sean Breitzman, Caden Anderson, Dan West Jr., Chris White, your top 5. We'll take a look at the sawblade.com top 5. And we will get ready to go to commercial break. When we return, we're going to go side by side. You don't miss a thing from Richmond Raceway. This is all part of coverage on LSR TV and CRN Sports of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Playoffs.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing.
I am so confused, Greg, because
we do schools,
Charles
churches,
is all
fundraisers. We do
pixelated, and like Greg, Wheels is fucking
as you can see on our board here.
Like, can you look at his Discord?
Our, banner. Personalized.
I mean, dude, it's perfectly clear. Like, there's no issue whatsoever with it.
We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything, hoodies, hats.
It does,
we do
don't
embroidered
it?
hats, embroidered shirts.
What did you do, Will? We were talking about you.
We do offer the bag and fold, to where we, you can receive them and they're
Hey,
already labeled
but
and
he
tagged
just
and bagged, ready to give out to your
Charles,
customers.
he just proved, though, that he could go side by side with 2 cameras. Couldn't he do dual cameras?
125 quantity minimum.
Yeah, we were going to do it
If it's
tonight.
without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum.
Wow.
Strictly on the racing stuff.
happen.
If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink color. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. Because we do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Back here at Richmond Raceway as we continue coverage of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Playoffs in the Richmond 200. Greg Wentz, Wesley Outland, Will Duvall in the production chair. Executive producer is Charles Wooten. He's not with us tonight. Possibly the mics were on. You might have heard a little dialogue or commentary behind the scenes. That was not meant to happen. If anything was said that was inappropriate, or if you've taken the wrong way, we do apologize. We do apologize on behalf of the broadcast crew. But nonetheless, we go back to the race. Closing in on 50 laps in, 150 laps to go. And again, Greg, we have seen a phenomenal job by Jeff Stabnow, picking him up, putting him down. Another man that's one of the top 12 in the playoffs. It is Dan Lowther going to lap down now.
Yeah, Lowther is trying to fight his way into the round of 8 right now. One of those drivers near the bubble trying to lock himself into the round of 8. He had a lot of speed in the number 63 in practice. Unfortunately, going a lap down, just 46 laps into this one. Stabnow putting him a lap down. He's already lapped up to 11th place right now here, Wesley. Closing in on trying to lap the top 10. Next up will be Jim Beans. Stephen Paulison in the number 5th. Stabnow has opened it up about 5.3 seconds over Breitzman in the number 46. To the inside goes Stabnow in the number 24 of Smith to put Kevin Smith. I believe this will put Smith 3 laps down in the number 00. Yes, it will. So something happened to Smith. I believe we may have seen a couple drivers making pit stops as well, or is Stabnow just that quick right now?
So my question is this. Are you impressed that we've been 50 laps here at Richmond and no caution flag?
Very, very impressed here, Wesley. Been 50 laps. We're already a quarter of the way through this one in the playoffs race here at Richmond. Been clean and green thus far. Stabnow said in the pre-race that he was worried about this race possibly being a little hairy at the start. Doing a nice job clicking them away here. Already lapped up to 11th here. Just staying green right now. We're a quarter of the way through this time now. 50 down, 150 to go.
Stabnow, Breitzman, Anderson. There's Stabnow again. Nice looking 24 truck going back to his racing days when he started out at the number 24 Ford. There it is right there, the man leading the way. Breitzman. Now, by the way, if he wins this race, he will join. He'll pick up his 7th truck win of the year. He will join the list of Sean Breitzman and Dan West Jr. as winners in the West Bay Napa Auto Parts round of 12 to advance to the round of 8 coming up here in the next couple of weeks. And by the way, Greg, we're also watching Sean Breitzman because of Sean Breitzman. Let's show him real quickly in the 2nd position. He picked up the win in the Cup Series this past weekend at Watkins Glen on Monday. If he wins the next Northwest Truck or Cup Series event, Greg, he will be making history. 54 wins on the all-time win list. Talk more about that because you were in the broadcast booth with Justin Prince when he discussed about it.
Yeah, Sean Breitzman picked up his win on Monday at Watkins Glen. It was his 53rd career Northwest Racing sanctioned victory. That is the Northwest Truck Series, the former Northwest Xfinity Series, and the new for 2020 Northwest Cup Series. Across all 3 classes that competed here in the Northwest Racing Series, Breitzman just tied Mark Walls for the most all-time wins with 53 apiece. His next win will move him to the top of the board. Frank Harris getting in the wall off of turn number 2 just in front of Breitzman. But Mark Walls, they're trying to get Walls back into the mix, at least in the Truck Series for 2021. So hopefully we get to see Breitzman and Walls battling it out and see if they can trade off the most wins all time for the Northwest Racing Series moving forward. But Breitzman looking to take sole possession of the most wins in series history tonight. Could it happen at Richmond?
And that would be an historic thing for that driver as well. I mean, if he pulls it off, again, 54 victories. I think, what is his name? Waltz? Jeff Waltz? Is that his name?
Mark Waltz. Mark
Waltz. Waltz Beard Co. Waltz Beard Co. So, and I mean, I know he's got a quite a resume, and if he pulls this off, he will be a part of history. But here comes Caden Anderson now, the Harvest Chevrolet number 37. Our B producer, Will Duvall, says that's his favorite truck. Here comes Taco Roy Grande on the pit lane in the 18 truck, proudly supporting the military this weekend on the number 18. Not a lot of Taco Bell machines, but it looks like he's got military and the US of A flag. And man, I'll say this, and I'm not going to go into details, but man, we definitely, Greg, need to be praying for America right now for sure, definitely. But you can see he's supporting the military and the troops and having that Army camouflage looking number 18 truck, if you will, that's on the pit lane. And this battle for second continues. Whoa, Breitzman loose on the back straightaway, got a little wiggle.
Losing ground to Anderson in the number 37. Anderson to second. This is all going on almost 7 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Stabnow, who, by the way, has lapped Stephen Paulus. And next up is James Vining, the Catman, in the triple, back in 10th right now. So Stabnow just picking him up and putting him down, but Anderson gets around Breitzman for second.
Sure did, as he works his way back around the racetrack. Another lap on the board as we continue to watch them come off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, back to turn number 1 and 2. As there's Sean Breitzman again falling back to third. Can he run back down Anderson? He's right there in the cat's whisker of him. Dan Lowther, he is back a lap down. Dan Lowther in the number 63 entry. He's back in the 12th spot right now. But to be honest with you, Greg, that is the sheer domination we are seeing right now with Jeff Stabnow. I mean, since the drop of the green, he has not looked back. He's picking them off one by one. He's about to literally lap James Vining and put him a lap down. That will be the top 10 trucks a lap down. Only 9 trucks are going to be on the lead lap here when he pulls and gets around him.
And we're just past a quarter of a mile into this race. So that's not even impressive. That's just astounding what Jeff Stabnow has been able to do. We've seen him dominate like this before. I think back to Darlington in the truck series when Stabnow just completely axing on the field and only 3 trucks finished on the lead lap in that one. That was domination at its finest right there. And we're seeing Stabnow do much of the same here tonight at Richmond.
But, you know, Greg, here's another thing we thought about is right now there's only 9 trucks on the lead lap between Stabnow down to West now. Devin West in the 9th position in truck 5. Those trucks are on the lap down. Everyone else a lap down or more. If a caution was to come out, obviously the free pass would go to James Vining, who just went a lap down in the 3:33. But here's the thing we talked about. Jeff Stabnow does really good in the trucks. 6 wins, but he struggled in the Cup Series this year. It's a matter of fact, I think it was Charlotte back in March or April, the last time he won a Northwest Cup Series event.
Only 2 Cup Series wins for Jeff Stabnow. Hard to believe considering how strong he's been in the Cup Series. For here, though, he is second in the win list this season with 7 wins. Second to only Dan West Jr.'s 9 wins in the number 55, why he's the current number 1 seed in it. Actually, I believe he might even have 10. I'd have to go back and double check if Watkins Glen was 9 or 10. But Stabnow second in the season with 7 wins. But Wesley, look back at Breitzman in the 46. He has caught fire here in the number 46 as of late. For a while, he only had 1 truck win, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you look at the stats, and all of a sudden, Breitzman come from. He's got 5 on the season now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, not 5 wins for Dan West Jr. Of course, we look at 4 wins for Sean Breitzman, 3 wins for Devin West, 6 wins for Jeff Stabnow, 1 win for John Odenbacher. Shout out to him. I know he's enjoying resting in Phoenix. He'll be back next week. 3 wins for Stephan O'Hare, and the list goes on for the other drivers that have won races on the schedule, including also Travis Barnes with an upset victory earlier in the season as well. But other than that, that's been it. And we've seen sheer domination by Dan West Jr. And honestly, between Sean Breitzman and Jeff Stabnow, those have been the 3 picks of the litter on the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. And again, we'll watch them again as they work their way. I cannot believe that we just dropped the green flag like less than, 30 minutes ago, if that, and we're already almost on halfway. We're on lap 70 this time by of the race. They started this race like almost, 30 minutes ago, if that. And look at the show they're putting on. I mean, I'm impressed with them, Greg, for sure.
We're 30 minutes into the race time here. That includes 2 minutes of green and the pace lap. So about, probably 27 minutes of green flag racing here. And green wire to wire thus far. Stabnow's led all 70, make it 71 laps here. Anderson was under pressure again from Breitzman, but Anderson is beginning to pull away once again. This is all going on 8.5 seconds behind Stabnow. 1 truck coming back out on the racetrack. That's Fournier in the number 26 coming out on the track after a pit stop. Wesley, here's a question.
When do you pit?
I don't think we've talked about. Yeah, when do you pit?
I was going to say that. When do you pit?
If you're a guy like Stabnow.
I was going to say, man, when do you pit? I mean, you're literally going, do you make it a 1 pit stop? The 11's coming in, I know that much. Understanding Frank Harris is coming into the pit lane, so here comes number 11, Frank Harris onto the pits. He is, we got trouble front straightaway. Stephan O'Hare in the grass.
He's off the racing surface, though, much
no
like
caution
Darlington last week. No caution. He was below the yellow line. By the time he got above the yellow line, back on the racing surface, he was up to a manageable speed. So O'Hare does not bring out a caution after a slide, but a playoff driver having issues. By the way, Wesley just got an update on Harris. He is still out on the racetrack, but remember what we have happen sometimes with the overlays where it'll say a car is on pit road for a certain.
He's
Actually,
several
just
laps
now
down. I
pulled
got
on
you.
to Pit road. Yeah, he
I got
came
you.
out. He came back out, did another lap, and then came back down pit road again. This is his second time on pit road here.
And my question is this: I mean, we're talking about trucks that are way in the back, like Harris in the 11. You know, he's all the way back in 17th, a couple of laps down. But the leaders, when does Stabnow come in? When does Anderson come in? Breitzman, are they all going to follow each other? And do you realize Stabnow has just lapped the number 5 truck of Devin West and even Tidrick? There's only 6 trucks on the lead lap now.
This is domination from the number 24 of Jeff Stabnow, the Montana boy, putting it on here tonight in Richmond, Virginia. Just 6 trucks left on the lead lap, and Wesley, he has done this before the first round of green flag pit stops. Astonishing what Jeff Stabnow has been able to do.
I am for sure amazed with the job he's doing right now. Picking him up and putting him down for sure in the number 24 Ford. Jeff Stabnow looking for that 7th win on the season if he can pull it off. By the way, he has 9 wins. Is the driver of Dan West Jr. Dan West Jr., Sean Breitzman, they are already in the next round of the round of 8 for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. By virtue of winning, Jeff Stabnow will make the 3rd different winner in 3 playoff races to advance, and obviously a great run for him right now because he came into this race, Greg, as the number, I want to say the number 4 seed, or number 5 seed. So, again, 8 drivers advance into here. He was still going to be one of those drivers on the bubble. But again, if he wins this race, put a big green dot on his truck, he will advance into the next round of the playoffs, and he gets a chance to run for a championship. Whatever happens on these next couple of wild races, it doesn't matter. He's going to survive them, and he can advance.
Remember, the cutoff is next week at Atlanta. 4 race playoff rounds here for the Northwest Truck Series and Cup Series.
Charlotte.
We started it off at Atlanta.
Yeah.
We started off at Atlanta, where Breitzman got the win in the Truck Series. Then we took the week off, went on to the road course of the
Watkins Glen.
lefts and rights in Watkins Glen. Dan West Jr. dominated, led 50 of 55 laps for his 9th win of the season. Tonight, we're at Richmond, and Jeff Stabnow has put on a clinic as he puts Chris White a lap down now. Suddenly, only 5 trucks on the lead lap, working lap number 82.
And next week, by the way, as you said, it is Charlotte Motor Speedway around the big track. Aunt Kathy, it's not the Roval. It is the big speedway, the 1.5 mile Charlotte Motor Speedway next Thursday night. Again, Charlotte Motor Speedway is where we will be for that race, November 12th. And again, that is the final cutoff race in the round of 12. 4 races, and then we come back the following weekend, go to Iowa. Then we have a nice little break off for Thanksgiving, the first weekend of December. Then we come back for races at Michigan, and then New Hampshire. That's the round of 8, if you will. Then we take off for Christmas and New Year's. Then we come back for races at Texas, and that is the final race in the round of 8. And then the Championship 4 will be decided at Phoenix in January 14th of 2021. And then, honestly, Greg, I think they take off like maybe a month and a half. They come right back and they go back at it again. Season 2 for the Cup Series, Season 8 for the Truck Series, if that, like you said. Yeah.
Who knows? We might even see a return to the Xfinity Series next year. Not officially determined what it's going to be next year. You can assume the Trucks is going to be here because this is Season 7.
Yeah, we love the Trucks.
Season 8. Trucks is awesome, but they are still debating whether or not we're going to roll with the Cup Series or bring back the Northwest Xfinity Series. And you have to wonder, if the Northwest Xfinity Series comes in, does the final champion of the Xfinity Series, Jason Berg, who won just about every race there was to win in the Northwest Xfinity Series over the last 2 years, it took him 2 years to climb up into the top 5 all-time in wins with over 30 of them. I forget what the exact number was. I want to say it was 34 or something.
Whoa,
like
stop
that.
now, off the pace. Stabnow. He about spun out of the back straightaway, Greg, the leader.
But he has such a big lead that he can afford to just back it down a little bit there. and get going once again and not lose any time. Devin West comes down pit road into number 5, 3-time winner this season in the trucks. Homestead, Miami, and then back-to-back wins in the summer for Devin West on pit road now, Wesley.
I told you I had a feeling they were going to be coming to the pits, and I honestly think they're trying to cut it down to a one pit stop race unless we get a caution, and that changes everything. But here comes Devin West on the pit lane, kind of struggling tonight. He's in the back a lap down, going to be a couple of more laps down or more right now. The number 5 in the top 11. As here comes Stab now. He's about to run back down. Tom Green in the 77. One more time in the 13th position. Greg, that's the domination that Jeff Stabnow has right now. We're literally not even an hour into this race, and we are coming up on halfway this time by in the next 10 laps or so. We're literally about to be halfway through the event.
It has been an incredible performance for Jeff Stabnow. Going to be 10 till halfway this time.
Yeah.
Ahead of the number 24. Let's see if we can go on board Jeff Stabnow right now, because look who is next up to be put a lap down. Locked into the round of 8 winner here in the spring. Dan West Jr. is next up for Jeff Stabnow.
Yeah, to put a lap down. I mean, this is literally for what, 5th position? And honestly, all these trucks that he has lapped down, viewers and listeners, have been during a green flag run. We have gone 92 laps, green flag, no caution whatsoever. And they have he's literally picked him up and put him down. Sheer domination for Jeff Stabnow as he gets a little loose there for a minute. You got to wonder, Greg, if his tires are going. The handling might be going on the 24 truck. We saw him get loose a moment ago out of 4. We saw him almost get fishtailed and dirt tracking off the backstretch a moment ago. You got to wonder, he's pushing this truck to the limit. And like you said, he can do that. Look at the domination he has, but we don't want him to make that crucial mistake of spinning out and it cost him.
Well, the way this race is on, looks like he's trying to make it on just one pit stop here if this thing goes green wire to wire, which right now, the way it's running, looks like it is a possibility. 18 trucks left on the track right now out of the 26 that took the green flag, so it has been an interesting race. We've seen several drivers already park it for the night. They are loaded up, but they can't leave the racetrack because there's no tunnel here at Richmond. They're stuck in here until this race ends. They're loaded up on the trailer, just kicking back, watching the rest of it with a nice cold beverage in hand, watching Jeff Stabnow put on a clinic right now.
Yeah, just like, and a lot of people don't know this, but just like at Bristol, there's no tunnel. There's no tunnel under the racetrack where you can come and go. You got to stay there until it's all said and done. And they're in for the long haul as again Stabnow has picked him up and put him down one by one. He is in turn 2 now down the back straightaway. Sheer domination for the man from Montana, the LSR TV, Waltz Beard Co. West Bay Napa Auto Parts, number 24, one of the number 5 seeds, trying to run for the championship, trying to advance into the round of 8 from the round of 12 here at Richmond. Down to the inside, here comes Ryan Maines. He is already a lap down in truck number 13. He's 15th, fighting to try to get back on the lead lap, if you will. And I'll tell you this as well, Greg, we are approaching halfway in another 3 laps as they cross the line.
Ryan Maines on the fresher tires, able to get by Stabnow in that number 24. So Stabnow, now we're starting to see what the newer tires is going to do for these trucks when they get going here. The question is, how much longer does Stabnow, Anderson, Breitzman, and company? By the way, shout out Tyler King. We haven't talked about him a whole lot in the number 44, but here he is in the top 5 right now. He needed a big run here tonight, Wesley, and he's doing just that in 4th place right now, fending off Dan West Jr., who's about to go a lap down if he's not careful, to Jeff Stabnow. We're keeping an eye on pit road, though, to see.
Here comes Anderson.
We do have a taker. 2nd place, Kenyon Anderson.
Anderson on the pit lane. He was in 3rd, or actually 2nd. He gives it up and lets Breitzman go back to 2nd. And you got to wonder, Greg, I had a feeling they were trying to push this to halfway. Halfway next time by, are we going to see the rest of the cavalry come in like Stabnow, like Breitzman, like King, like West, like White? And again, we're watching them as here they come to the line. We're halfway home. 100 down, 100 to go here in the Richmond 200. Sean Breitzman again in second, still way behind Jeff Stabnow. Stabnow trying to run down Dan West Jr., who's already in the round of 8 for the West Bay Napa Auto Playoffs. He now backs off. He's coming down to the pit lane. He could have lapped up to the third place truck. I could not believe it. Greg Stabnow literally lapped everybody up to fourth before he come down to the pit lane at halfway.
Yeah, Breitzman on pit road. There is the 46 coming to a slow roll. I think Breitzman's out of fuel in that number 46. I think he ran out of fuel trying to track down Stabnow in that number 24. So Stabnow going to come in. Let's see if we can watch the 46 on pit road and see if he can get to his pit stall. I think he's barely going to make it. He's
there. Yeah, I mean, he made it. Yeah. My question is this. Can Stabnow get off the racetrack and stay on there as a leader? He is. He literally pitted. He is still in the lead in truck number 24. Made a pit stop. He is back down in the way. Jeff Stabnow into the pits first. Sheer domination. He is the leader of the racetrack. And we got a problem. Caution's out.
Just at the end of the pit stop cycle, one truck shot up into the wall. It may
was
have
that
been
Tom
the
Green?
Tidrick.
No,
No,
was it Tidrick or
Tidrick?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, Tidrick got serious damage here. Let's take a look at the Swag Instant Replay. Swag eWraps and Graphics, the sponsor of our Instant Replay. Let's see what happened here. Here is Tidrick. First caution of the race. It goes around out of turn number 4 into the concrete. Or is that turn number 2, actually? Yes, it is. And, man, what a tough break there. And, Greg, we go 103 laps before the first yellow flag.
Unbelievable that we made it the entire first half of the race, +2, before we get our first caution of the day as Tidrick goes around in the number 72. So under caution for the first time today. We're going to shake things down. There's your race leader, Jeff Stabnow, in the number 24. Anderson, Devin West, Tyler King, Dan West Jr., your top 5.
And by the way, there was only, like you said, honestly, 5 trucks on the lead lap. Everyone else a lap down. 6th place, Chris White, a lap down. So is B.J. Tidrick, who brought out the caution. Stephan O'Hare, James Vining, Stephen Paulison, 1 lap down. 2 laps down for Devin West and Dan Lowther. 3 laps down or more for drivers like Green, Grande, Maines, Harris, Gamble. All of these drivers, again, they're going to take advantage of the waiver rounds. And here comes Sean Breitzman, who literally pitted. And he ran out of fuel, he pitted, and now he pits again in truck number 46. It couldn't hurt the pit, right there, Greg? I mean, seriously.
No hurt at all to try to pit. Dan Lowther's going to get the lucky dog into number 63, so
he will
move the Northwest Thunder entry from Boise, Idaho, back to the lead lap in 6th position right now here. Wesley, under caution here at Richmond. Pit stops underway for your lap down drivers. There's Lowther, the bright green truck, the lucky dog. Let's take a look at that top 5, brought to you by Sawblade.com.
Yes. Sawblade top. Yeah, there you go. There they are.
We're going to take a quick break here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing and CRN Sports Radio. When we come back, we'll be racing once again at Richmond.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland of CRN Sports, one of the co-founders. I'm also one of the announcers on Live Sim Racing, LSR TV. We've recently partnered with LiveSimRacing.com to become the official radio partner of all of the esports events. What is CRN? Well, first off, we're going to be covering esports like it's never been done before with our MRN, PRN type radio atmosphere like you experience with NASCAR. In addition to that, we will cover the Northwest Trucking Cup Series, the Northwest Tour, and of course special events and sanctions like Swag and special events like 6 Hours at Daytona and so much more. It's very simple to check out the racing action, whether on LSR TV, on Facebook and YouTube, or by listening. And that's how I want to help you real quickly. Go up simply to the website, wearecrn.com, wearecrn.com, click play, and you are set. It's that simple. We're excited to be the voice of live sim racing We are CRN. Follow us at crn.com.
Back here at Richmond Raceway, we're getting ready for the restart. Hey, we're over halfway for the Richmond 200. It's all part of coverage of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts Playoffs with the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. It'll be lap number 106 completed when they come to the restart zone out of turn number 4. Back to green flag. Here we go. It's Stab now along with Anderson inside the Geico restart zone. Back underway. And again, I know it says 108 of 173. It should be 200. 92 laps to go here as it's Stab now, Anderson, King, your top 3 as they go into turn number 3, Greg.
So Stab now trying to pull away and do exactly what he did first round of this green flag run. And he's hoping that that's the only caution that comes out. Dan Lowther back on the lead lap. He's trying to pick his way through some lap traffic right now, and he's hoping to catch another caution so he can be right up there at the tail end of the lead lap. And then Stab now going around the leader.
No.
Off of turn number 4, the dominant truck all day long.
And no caution.
All by himself, no caution.
And no caution. And no caution for truck number 24. Oh, my goodness. From the outhouse, from the in-house to the outhouse. Look at this.
Taking a look at the swag replay, going into turn number 3, right there, all by himself. And Caden Anderson, his eyes are lit up like a kid in the candy store right now because he just took the lead.
And now Stab now just praying for a caution flag. He just don't want to be in it because now he's at the tail end of the lead lap. Yes, he is in 6th position, 7th position. That's how many trucks are on the lead lap. Everyone else is a lap down or more. Wow.
Meanwhile, up front, all of a sudden, it is going on now because Caden Anderson under pressure from Tyler King in the number 44. Devin West, 3-time winner in the Truck Series when they're at Homestead, Texas, and Chicago this season. Those Texas and Chicago ones came back-to-back. He's up to 3rd after taking the fast repair on the 5. His father, Dan Fort, Chris White is a lap down in 7th right now. He would be the lucky dog.
Right.
Fifth place will be Dan Lowther in the 63 for Northwest Thunder. So all of a sudden, this has just turned this entire race on its lid with Stab now going around like that.
This race has definitely just turned on its top, if you will, and man, oh man, what a tough break for Jeff Stab now. Now here's the thing, Greg. There's still a lot of racing left. I mean, we still got 85, 86 laps to go. Anything can happen. I'm sure we'll probably get another caution flag, but if we don't, what a heartbreak for Jeff Stab now, putting himself in that position.
And Stab now. The good news for him is he knows the truck is fast. Bad news, and our producer was asking us about it, how much damage was done to the tires of Stab now in that number 24? How much?
Harris with a problem.
Tires...
Whoa, man, I don't know if you saw that, Greg. Frank Harris, literally shot up the racetrack right behind Stab now. Went down to the bottom of the apron. I thought he was going to spin out. He'll save it in that Ford Super Duty number 11, and we will stay under green flag, but that could have been scary for him right behind Jeff Stab now. That could have been the caution that Jeff needed.
He needs that caution. 11 seconds back right now of race leader Caden Anderson, who's still under heavy pressure from Tyler King and Devin West. There you see your top 4 in a line right now. Anderson, the first driver not named Jeff Stab now to lead today. Ooh, he broke just a little bit loose going into turn number 3 there. Still leading the way, Caden Anderson. 1 win in the Cup Series that runs on Monday nights that came back at Las Vegas back during the summer. Did not make the playoffs in either series because he did not get to run a full season. Still looking for that first Northwest Truck victory. And he's leading laps here at Richmond. He finished it here in the spring, hoping he can make it 2 more spots and get this win tonight, leading the way right now at Richmond with 118, make it 19 laps on the board.
And by the way, we are after halfway. Let's do an extended kick in the asphalt, Richmond style. battle for the lead. It is King, Anderson. Look at now, Devin West. He was a lap down earlier, Greg. He's back in the gunfight, and he's got a chance with Daddy to push him to the front and try to go for a win. And look at Dan Lowther. He's a truck on the lead lap in 63.
He's trying to fight his way through live traffic, but we have a new race leader. Tyler King, Racetrack King, leads here at Richmond, taking the lead from Kanan Anderson. King still looking for that first truck win. Has been so close so many times in the series and just has something go wrong. Leading at Richmond with 125, going to make it 126 laps here. 75 to go this time by. Can Tyler King hold on over the 5 of Devin West? 3 wins on the season for Devin in the 5. His father, Dan West Jr., the 55, leads the series in wins with 9 on the season, including last week at Watkins Glen. Tyler King, though, leading the way, still looking for his first win. The Beaver State Racing driver trying to pick up where his teammate has left off. O'Hare with 3 wins on the season. Talking about the 41 is Stephan O'Hare. He has 3 wins on the season. His teammate Tyler King leading the way. No wins on the season, but looking for the first win for Puel's Oranges here on the 44 of Tyler King for Beaver State Racing.
Okay, Greg, so let's go on a little field trip. You and I, our producer, Will Duvall, carry us along for the ride. You're looking at the leader. There is Tyler King. There's the man out in front in the 44. Behind him is the second place truck. That is Devin West. Dan West Jr. behind him in third. That's third position. Anderson. There he is, mired behind a couple of trucks with Chris West and Chris White, and Sean Breitzman. Yes, Sean Breitzman in 7th, but he is all the way in the back. And there you see Anderson in 4th. So you see Lowther. Look at him. He's in 5th place right now. Stabnow, way there in the back, sideways, dirt tracking it again. And then you go back to 6th. Then you go to 7th and 8th. And guess where they are? There they are right there. White and Breitzman, and they're in front of Stabnow. How could that be, Greg?
Because Stabnow fell all the way to the tail end of the line when he had that spin, and he only fell back to 6th. That is how much he had an advantage over the rest of the field when that caution came out. And just think, Wesley, it could have been even more had that caution knocked him out during the green flag pit stop cycle. Bridesman currently in the lucky dog position right now in the number 46 as you watch Stabnow trying to reel in Dan Lowther in the number 63 to get back into the top 5. You saw Ryan Main go for a slide there. Let's see if we can again go on board with Stabnow and look for the bright green 63 truck to see just how much of a gap he's got. Here you're looking for a little green bulb to pop up here on your screen. There he is right there, Dan Lowther. That is the next pass for position for Jeff Stabnow in 6th place right now, trying to reel in Dan Lowther to go into the top 5, and he's hoping to catch a caution right now because we know how much speed that 24 truck has.
Laps are winding down here. There's the gyro cam from the banking down the straightaway. Back straightaway into turn number 3. Greg, check the broadcast chat feed, bud. I just want to say that to you. 65 laps to go here as the laps continue to chick away here at Richmond. There is the 54 truck, another truck down to the bottom of the apron. There's Gamble, Robert Gamble. And while that goes on, you see Jeff Stabnow trying to pick up the pieces in this race to try to begin his ascent to run down the pack after sheer domination in the first half of the race here at Richmond. And now he is mired all the way back in the top 5. That doesn't sound like a bad thing, Greg, but for what happened to him and as far back as he is, that's what the problem is.
Yeah, he's right now just trying to make his way back through the field right now in that number 24. Fell back to 6th. Trying to get up there to catch Lowther to put him back in the top 5 and move his way back up the boards. He needs a caution right now, Wesley's what he needs, because then not only that, he's going to be able to come down pit road, get those 4 fresh tires. Even if the rest of the field doesn't, he's only going to do one lead or one move to lose one spot. Excuse me, I kind of got tongue-tied there. So he's only going to lose one spot if he goes on pit road, and he'll be back in business with 4 fresh tires.
Coming up on the final 60 laps, 63 laps to be exact. This time, Bob, they come back to the start-finish line. It's Tyler King. It is Devin West, Dan West Jr. They're second and third. By the way, Dan West Jr. advances into the round of 8 already. Anderson fourth. Stabnow in fifth. Lowther. Sean Breitzman, even though he's in seventh, he advances already to the round of 8 after winning as well. White in 8th. 9th is O'Hare, and 10th is Vining. And by the way, there is still only, let's see here, 6 trucks on the lead lap. That is it. Between Tyler King to the driver, Jeff Stabnow. Those are the drivers that are right now on the lead lap. And we got a problem on the racetrack. James Vining, 333. He is down below the apron. Will we see the caution come out? No, we will not. He made it to the pit lane. No caution, Greg. He's 333 out of the race. All damaged up for James Vining, but no yellow flag.
Wonder if the cat got out of the cage again, Wesley. We've seen that happen a couple of times. That's why we call him the Cat Man, because the cat attacked him in the middle of the race. Where was that? Was that here?
Was it Michigan? Was it Michigan? Was it Michigan? I thought it was. It was Michigan.
It was Michigan. Yeah, our producer saying it was Michigan. So that's the story of the Catman nickname and why James Vining is called out. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like today's going to end the way he wanted it to, as he has to tow back to pit road in that 333, and he's going to lose a lot of track position now. Meyer back in 14th, now 15th, and he's going to lose more laps here.
King, West, first, second, third. Anderson, fourth. Stabnow is in fifth, along with Lowther, Breitzman, White, O'Hare, Paulison, the top 10. And again, only 6 trucks from King to Lowther are on the lead lap. What a show. Final 50 laps coming up here. Take a quick break. We'll go side by side. 50 laps to go from Richmond Raceway. This is coverage of the round of 12 to advance into the round of 8 for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs. Hold off on that. We got a battle for the lead. Here comes, no correction, that's Sean Breitzman. Normally I would say Breitzman would be up in the front trying to battle for the lead, but he's just trying to get back on the lead lap, and I think he just did that, Greg. Yes, he did.
He did. Raced his way back under green to get back on the lead lap. But we are going to have a battle for the lead here shortly because, knock, knock, here comes Dan West Jr., the 55, leads the series and wins. He's up to second. He's gotten around his son, Devin, and he is up to second, 0.6 of a second back. One truck slow on the track. That's going to cause a little bit of a bottleneck there, as now Dan West Jr., clean racetrack between himself and the race leader, Tyler King. Trying to pull away is King, 0.6 of a second, and Dan West Jr., the winner, back here in May, trying to track down the racetrack king.
55 laps to go. Ready for a shootout here in the Richmond 200. Tyler King in the number 44 machine. I don't think he's ever won in the trucks. He has won, he's looking for win number 1. He has 7 top 5s, 16 top 10s, but has never tasted victory. Oh, and by the way, his first win could also be the win that advances him into the round of 8. We go side by side, the final 50 laps from Richmond. When we return, a look at your sawblade.com top 5, and we'll be back for the finish here in a moment on LSR TV and CRN Sports. It's getting wild at Richmond. Pick yourselves out a winner the final 50 laps when we return.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the, top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats. embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customers. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing. And if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. Because we do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Back here at Richmond, we are down to the final 46 circuits here in the Richmond 200. Race number 3 in the round of 12 for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland. We got Will Duvall in the production chair tonight, even though he's got one thumb gone. He's still getting it done, pressing the buttons. And then we got Charles in the executive producer chair, chiming in once in a while. Thank you so much. Yes, we're having fun. It is a good time, a good night, and we are rocking and rolling here in the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. Hey, by the way, don't forget, speaking of Northwest, the iRacing Northwest Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products, super late models at New North Wilkesboro, Sunday night, 10:30 Eastern Time. Greg, that should be a pretty good race. What is the what's the status of everything going into the race coming up this Sunday night?
Well, my boys, my teammates, Dan Lowther, Eric Cheney, and a couple of others, they've been playing around with setup, getting it ready. I haven't gotten to talk to them about the upcoming setup just yet, so I'll hopefully have an update for everybody in tomorrow night's broadcast, the American iRacing League, the debut of that new league, the new fall brawl, if you will. Same guys putting it on, but a little bit of a different name and a little bit bigger fields here in this one than what we saw in the on the rail paints fall brawl. That's coming up tomorrow night at South Boston. Legend cars going for, I believe, 35 laps, and then super late models for 75 laps. 100 laps.
Okay. Yes.
Heard both, so we'll have to double
I'm gonna miss Sobo.
I
think it's 75. You're right. It is 75. But I miss Sobo. I miss South Boston. That's gonna be fun.
Bummer, man.
Yeah.
That's like, you gotta love super late models, and the fact that we're able to bring not one but super late model series to LSR TV in a matter of weeks is fantastic. I can't wait to be a part of some more short track racing. # more short tracks here on LSR TV, your home for sim racing. Other great exciting things in the works. Make sure you stay tuned and check out our new website, www.livesimracingtv.com, for all the cool details, all the skinny on everything coming on in the world of live sim racing. Your home for sim racing here on YouTube, Facebook. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and get notified every time we go live, because we got a full slate coming towards you here in the coming weeks. But Tyler King is about to have his hands full with Dan West Jr. in the number 55. He has cut it down to half a second in that number 55. The spring winner is knocking on the door now of Tyler King, who's kind of pinned behind Sean Breitzman right now.
Man, I'll tell you what a phenomenal job he's put on. Is Tyler King is on a mission. He wants to win the race. He wants to advance into the playoffs as well. And if he does that, he will be the third different winner. And this race turned on its head right after halfway, right after a restart, as we were talking about, Greg, when Jeff Stabnow spun out in truck number 24 down below the apron in turn 4. And again, no caution was thrown. And to be honest with you, we've only had one caution for short track racing like Richmond, Greg. I would have figured it would be a yellow flag fiesta, but that's not the case tonight. And I told you, sometimes we see races like that happen here, and even fuel strategy, because we saw Sean Breitzman run out of fuel, and we still see Jeff Stabnow fighting that truck. It looks like it's really, really loose in, tight off the center as you see him working his way around the straightaway. Truck wants to come out from under him, then he's trying to fight it from the bottom to the top of the racetrack, and virtually, I'm wondering if he's waiting for a caution flag to hopefully try to get back in here and make something happen. As, by the way, he has ran back down Anderson, throwing blocks on him for third place. This is for fourth.
Making a move. This is for fourth on the board. Wesley, you mentioned you talking about this racetrack producing long green runs. The Stabnow goes for a slide, and it's been a clean race so far. Wesley, to that, I have one word for you. Ezra, Monday night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at what happened here at Richmond on Monday night. Yeah.
What was it, a 170-lap green flag run, and it looked like we were getting ready to cash the check in Josh Mayhew's name on Monday night. Ezra Pro Series playoff cutoff race. All of a sudden, a caution comes out while the race leader is on pit road making his final pit stop. Roy Grande going up the track just a little bit. But that changed the entire complexion of the race, and we saw Matt Lovett absolutely steal it in double overtime.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, because it looked like, again, that we just saw sheer dominance from the other man that you were referring to, and then all of a sudden just like taken away like candy from a baby. I mean, literally, Matt Lovett, the #1 seed in the Ezra Pro Series. Hey, by the way, their playoffs start next Monday night to start the playoffs for their deal. So we got coverage for you on LSR TV and CRN Sports for the Ezra Pro Series. And the cool thing, Greg, is we're going to have Ezra Pro and Thunder Series drivers running for the playoffs when we start. I think, is it Atlanta? I think it is.
We'll have to double check that, but we're about to have a battle for the race lead right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dan
Yes,
West
sir.
Jr. has caught Tyler King in the number 44. There it is, coming up on 31 laps to go
Vegas.
this time by. And there is the battle for the race lead. Tyler King still searching for that first victory here in Northwest Racing Series competition. Dan West Jr. wants double digits here in the number 55, 9 on the season, and he's going to rocket around to take the lead with 31 laps to go. New
On
leader,
the quest,
Dan West Jr.
Yeah, on the quest to go for win number 10, 30 laps to go next time by. And it is Dan West Jr. going to the lead. Tyler King just honestly, he pulled to the side, Greg. He let him have it. I mean, he didn't even try to contend or fight for it. So I'm kind of wondering if Tyler King is setting himself up for like, okay, I think we're going to have a late race shootout. Then I'm going to bring it all I got to come after you here.
That's exactly what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking King is hoping for a late race caution right now. 30 laps to go. Dan West Jr. takes the lead in the number 55. Looking for back-to-back wins in the number 55 West Family Racing Silverado, as going around him on the bottom there is the Atari entry of Ryan Maines, and this is allowing Tyler King to close back in. Wonder how much, if anything, does Tyler King have left in the 44? Can he possibly make another run at Dan in the 55? It's 4.5 seconds back to Devin West in the 5. Anderson and Stabnow and Lowther, the trucks on the lead lap, but Dan Lowther in the number 63 is in the windshield of Dan West Jr. right now between him and Ryan Maines. So West Jr. trying to put the 6th place Dan Lowther back a lap down. Lowther was the lucky dog on that last restart. But Tyler King not going away. He is back up here to Dan West Jr.
Well, we're closing in on what will be the final 25 laps of this event here for the Richmond 200 for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs for the trucks. And there you see 1 and 2 right there. There's Dan West Jr. There is Tyler King. Devin West is still way back there in 3rd. Then you've got Anderson in 4th. He's trying to hold off Stabnow. That battle continues. Contact. Stabnow down to the bottom. Anderson up the hill. And here comes also White and Moore closing in behind them. We got to watch this battle. I'm glad I said something. This is getting pretty frantic for position inside the top 5, if you will, as they go to turn 1.
This is for 4th on the track. Caden Anderson in the number 37. Stabnow in 5th. The rest of the field not battling for this position with them, but they are still battling and trying to get as many points as they can. Chris White in the number 83. He is second in the 1 lap down category. Your lucky dog right now, if the caution comes out, would be Stephan O'Hare in the number 41, the teammate to Tyler King in the 44, who's up there battling for the lead. The Stab now catches back up to Anderson through 1 and 2. Here comes Taco Bell to the inside. He's going to go on pit road in that number 18. Taco Bell coming in for a pit stop as Stab now trying to get rolling on the outside. Grande on pit road, but Stab now has to check up in the 18, or the 24 as the 37 of Anderson able to shut the door. We're inside 25 to go, Wesley.
Coming up to 23 laps to go. It is West out in front in truck number 55. King in second, West to third. That is father and son. Between first to third, Tyler King in the middle. Anderson fourth, Stab now in fifth as they work their way back to turn number 1. 23 laps to go. It is time to Katie bar the door here in the Commonwealth of Virtual Virginia. 23 remaining. Anderson, he's in fourth. Stab now. That battle continues as they work their way back out of turn number 4.
Stab now trying to get the 4th spot away from Anderson. That is the best battle on the racetrack right now, as West has opened it up half a second on Tyler King as he is in lap traffic in the number 55. They've put down.
He did it again. He did it again, about sideways, dirt tracking it. And we've seen this happen, Greg, 4 or 5 times in the last 30 laps, I would say. That just shows you how loose virtually that truck is. Like it's on the verge of spinning out, and he saves it.
He is trying to gather it up and go after Anderson, but every single time he gets up there, something happens, and he has to gather it all back up. Going to be 20 to go for Dan West Jr. here in the West Bay Auto Parts playoffs here for round number 3 of the round of 12.
Back into turn number 1 and 2. It is the man out in front again. Still Dan West Jr. Contact again made between Anderson and Stab now. Down below the bottom of the apron. They are fighting for it like somebody stole something in the top 5 for 4th and 5th. And honestly, Stab now kind of feels like he got robbed, Greg, because he was dominating the first half of this race. It's not over until the checkered flag waves, and this has been a completely heartbreak for him, the final 100 laps of this event, and now he's just trying to survive and have a good solid finish to at least try to advance into the next round of the playoffs.
Well, good here. A top 5 could set him up for it because of how well he has run in the other 2 races. That could get him in a position as he gets a nice run again on Caden Anderson in the 37. A good run here could get him into a position where all he has to do is run clean at Charlotte next week, and he'll be in position. By the way, he won at Charlotte earlier this season, so he's going to a racetrack that he has had success at in the season. As Stab now gets a run now on Anderson again on the outside. Anderson again shuts the door, trying to hold on. This is for 4th, the best battle on the racetrack right now. Dan West Jr. has opened it up now almost 2 seconds over King, as Stab now again in the wall. Yeah. Number 24, and Anderson pulling away, and that could be it because now 24 has some damage.
The proverbial nail in the coffin, if you will, for the 24 virtual Ford of Jeff Stab now. You see how he's been fighting that truck, handling. He's one of those guys that honestly I would say, Greg, he wants a caution flag. He wants one. Bottom line. And if 15 laps to go, could we see a late race yellow flag? And that's exactly how it's going to be here. The final 15 laps. We're on lap number 185, 186 this time by. Coming down to the final 15 laps, it is again Dan West Jr., Tyler King, Devin West, Anderson, Stab now, the top 5. Sean Breitzman at one time had a chance to win. He had problems since he ran out of fuel on the pit lane before halfway. And now we see Anderson and Stab now leaning on one another to the back straightaway. He literally pulled up in front of the front grille of the 24. And Stab now gives him a punt in the pants and says, here's some help for your troubles, if you want to call it that, Greg. Man.
Yeah, that's going to cost him a little bit of time, as now Anderson holding on again. We are closing in on 10 laps to go. Anderson, Stab now, battling it out for fourth right now. They're getting a little dicey here for fourth. Wonder just how long these guys are going to race as clean as they do before they start getting a little bit irritated with each other, and we may see some fireworks go off here. Going to be 11 laps to go for your race leader, Dan West Jr., who's opened it up again 2 seconds over Tyler King, but Stab now again getting a run on Anderson. Harris saying, I'm just getting out of the way, guys, to have fun and settle it between you. As I'm now going to get a nice run on Anderson again, and nothing there yet.
11 laps to go. 10 next time by. And here comes this battle that continues for fourth and fifth, a battle of cat and mouse. Here comes Stab now. He gives him a punt in the rear again to Anderson's truck. Up the hill he goes to the line. 190 in, 10 remaining. And this is Richmond. I got a feeling this battle, rowing for fourth, is going to be the one for the race. We're here. It's time. Let's see what happens as they work the back straight away. 8 to go this time by, and they come to the line, Greg. Here he goes again.
He's trying, giving it everything he's got on Anderson in that number 37. Stab now again with a nice run here through turn 2. Gets a run on the inside, and Anderson slides into number 37. There's a punt from Stab.
What a shot.
Turn number 3. That was a shot.
And that's one of those, what is that cliche? First time, I'm going to give you a warning. Second time, this is your last shot. Third time, I'm going to move you out of the way. Well, I think that was strike 2 right there. I think this is the one that says, I'm about to pass you. Here you go. You're in my way. I'm tired of it. Because honestly, Greg, as we come to 6 to go, it's obvious Stab now is the faster truck, and Anderson's holding him up.
He is trying everything in his power to get around him, but Anderson is fighting back tooth and nail. Now Stab now almost lost ground there to Chris White in the 83. 7 laps to go. Not missing a thing up front. This is the battle between Anderson and Stab now for fourth on the track. Look at the damage on the back of the Harbor Chevrolet entry.
Oh, yeah.
Of Caden Anderson after that last shot there from Stab now.
In the words of our executive producer, Charles Wooten, tempers are getting hot in the iRacing chat box, and it is between these two drivers. I got a feeling this might continue to escalate to something more if Anderson does not get out of Stab now's way. He dove it down deep to the inside. To the line, 4 to go here at Richmond. Anderson and Stab now, the battle, the rounds have continued into the home stretch into 1 and 2. We are ready to see these guys honestly put the proverbial boxing gloves on, because that's what they're doing with their cars, having a battering ram session between one another, and it's all, he turned him and racked him. I knew it. He hooked him. The 26 gets involved. Nowhere to go for Ray Fournier. Jeff Stab now just took the 37 and put him in the fence.
Oh,
wow. Holy cow. Yes, sir. Mitchell Brown, the 3-tap rule. From my modified friend up in the Northeast, the passing of Ted Christopher. First time, I'm going to give it to you. Second time, your last chance. Third time, I've had it, I'm going to move you. And that's exactly, honestly, what happened here, Greg. We could sense that this storm was brewing virtually between Anderson and Stab now.
And Caden Anderson is not happy with Jeff Stab now in the number 37.
Look
and
again. He hooked the left rear, the right rear. He hooked the right rear. There's Ray Fournier piling into him. He hooked the right rear 2 times on the left rear, 1 time on the right rear, and that was it, man. So I gotta wonder, are they gonna park the 24? It's, wow, man. Greg, I hate to say this, but I know we're going to overtime, and it's just, what do you do?
Well,
seriously, he wouldn't get out of the way. Anderson was a slow truck, and he was holding up Jeff Stab now.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you're in the race lead, you're on pit road getting tires for the finish. Dan West Jr., Tyler King, and Devin West breaking away for the rest of it, we got to wait and see what happens here on this one. West Jr., Tyler King, Devin West, your 3 trucks have broken out so far for the race lead. This is going to change everything. By the way, Stephan O'Hare is going to be the lucky dog in the 41.
Wow, holy cow. And here comes more guys onto the pit lane. You know, I don't want to stir the proverbial pot here, but I want to bring Jeff Stabnow in here on the broadcast real quickly, and then we're going to let Caden Anderson also speak. Hopefully they can keep it together. Jeff, this is Wesley, LSR TV, CRN Communications. You got a copy, bud? What's your take of what happened between you and Caden Anderson? I had a feeling it was getting ready to come to that. Okay, I don't think Jeff wants to talk right now.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I was muted. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I apologize. That was 100% my fault. I was so much faster than him in the corners. I was trying to stay off his bumper, yet get a run off the corner. I was loose off the corner.
But he wouldn't get out of the way, though. But it seemed like you were faster. He would not get out of your way.
I was a lot faster than him, but I still hooked him, right? That was on me. I didn't have the traction to get a good run off the corner, and so I was trying to beat him on the outside, get a nose on the inside, coming off the corner, anything I could do, but I kept spinning those rear tires. So, yeah, I was way faster than him. I wished he'd have got out of the way, but it's still no excuse for me hooking him like that, and it wasn't intentional. Caden, if you can hear me, I'm so sorry, man. I did not mean to do that.
All right. Well, Jeff, obviously your truck has changed since the first half of this race. Sheer domination and then your problems. Did your truck get tightened up? Did you have to handle an issue? Did you make an adjustment? Do you think your truck will be ready to go for this shootout? And by the way, this is only shootout number 1 of 3.
So, a couple things here. First of all, the truck started off real loose. I just looped it around. I fell way behind, man. I had to come through traffic, and I just used up those rear tires getting there. By the time I got to Caden and got in traffic, I was still way faster. I had enough time to catch the leaders. He decided to race me, which is his prerogative. And I just didn't have the rear tires left to get any kind of run off the corner to get around him or hold an inside run. There was a couple times where maybe he slid up in front of me that he shouldn't have. But, man, I beat his bumper off, and I wasn't meaning to. I just that much faster trying to stay off him.
All right, buddy. We'll see what happens. Go get him. You got a triple shootout coming up. There's Jeff Stabnow again. So it is going to be shootout number 1, green-white checker. Remember, if a caution comes out before the white flag, we'll reset him again. Dan West Jr. in the restart box at the Geico restart zone, looking for his second win in the round of 12. Trouble! Tyler King punted by Devin West. West goes up the track. More trucks checking up, and we go under caution, and Greg Rentz overtime number 2.
You called it.
Man.
Tyler King and Devin West getting together. Jeff Stabnow involved in the number 24.
Yes, he is. Holy cow. Oh, man. Wow. Here is your swag replay. By the way, it is presented by Swag. E-Wraps and Graphics. Let the Sharks of Billy and Rhonda Smith take care of all of your wrap needs, whether virtual or reality, in Radford, Virginia, or Seaford, Virginia. And look at this, Greg. Oh, my goodness, man. Wrong place, wrong time for Jeff Stabnow. And Tyler King hooked the left rear of the 5. I got to wonder if there's some history between those 2 trucks that we didn't know about.
I don't know, but West was up in the second spot when that restart happened. So now it's down to Dan West Jr. and Tyler King once again.
He said he was sorry. He said he was sorry. Let's show you the replay one more time. He said he was sorry. He did not mean, Tyler King did not mean to get into the left rear of the 5 of Devin West. It was an accident, Greg Rentz. Let's watch it one more time. A swag replay extended.
Yeah,
look at this.
I didn't think this looked intentional, just carrying too much momentum, and that's green-white checkered racing right there. Second attempt at a green-white checker coming up here. By the way, look who's in third. That 46
Sean
truck.
Breitzman.
Sean Breitzman.
Yeah. He's up there again. Man. And your heart breaks for guys like Anderson. You know, here's my take about it. And I call it a spade of spades, Greg, as broadcasters. I don't like to have favorites here. Anderson's truck and Stabnow, they put on an awesome show. Don't get me wrong. But Anderson's truck was slow, and he kept staying in front of Stabnow, and eventually, it's like what somebody said. It's the 3-tap rule, like Ted Christopher used to do, like Earnhardt Sr. used to do. The first one's going to let you know I'm there. The second one's going to be your final warning. And the third time, if you don't move, I'm going to have to move you. And I know Jeff says, hey, I didn't mean to do it. But honestly, what do you do, Greg, when you got a slower truck blocking you and you're a fast truck and you're trying to win the race?
That's just an unfortunate situation right there, Wesley. That's unfortunately, that's what it boils down to, is just two guys racing with every right that they have. They have the right to go out there and try to do what they can to get the best finish possible. And unfortunately, sometimes just things like that happen.
Man, oh man, here we go. 3 laps to go. By the way, this is overtime. Number 2. Remember, the lights will go off on the pace car. We'll get ready for the restart. If the leader takes the white flag, the race is official. It is over. If the caution comes out before the white flag, we'll re-rack them, restack them, and go for a third time if we go for it.
No, Wesley, it's only 2 attempts.
2 attempts. My apologies. You're exactly right. It's 2 attempts. This is it. You're exactly right. 2 attempts here. So this is the last time. Some of the series we announced do the 3 attempts, and then that's it. But this is 2 attempts. So here we go. If the basically wreckers or checkers right here, Greg, lights are off on the pace car.
So here we go. West, King,
My oh my.
Breitzman. There are
What a race.
trucks on the lead lap. Look at Dan Lowther. He is up in 4th
He's a
after
4th.
this is all said and done. 4th position. BJ Tidrick actually going to restart in 4th position. Lowther
He brought out a
is
caution
BJ.
earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, BJ is recovered. So Dan Lowther and BJ Tidrick working together here tonight.
Here we
gonna
go.
Try and steal this one.
They're going back to the Geico restart zone. Green, white, checker. Dan West Jr. on the quest for his 2nd win in the round of 12. Green back in the air. Breitzman, King off the pace. He lost ground. Here comes Lowther trying to go to 3rd on the 44. They make contact. Lowther gets into Breitzman. Tidrick up the hill. They correct it. Save it. No caution. There is the caution.
No,
oh, my goodness. The race is over. Give it to Dan West Jr. He won the opening round of the playoffs at Atlanta, and now he wins here at Richmond.
Back-to-back truck wins for Dan West Jr. He won at Watkins Glen. It was Breitzman that got the win in Atlanta.
Breitzman won Atlanta. My apologies. You're exactly right. Yep, 2 in a row.
Dan West Jr., 2 in a row, 10th of the season. And it looks like unofficially Stephen Paulison is going to finish 3rd. Another podium for Paulison.
Wow, what a good job here. Here they come across the line. It will be the checkered flag, this time by under caution. And there it is. They're saying that Lowther is in 3rd. Dan Lowther is in 3rd. Yep. Race is over. Dan West Jr., 2 wins in a row. My apologies again. Sean Breitzman won Atlanta. Dan West Jr. won the road course a couple of weeks ago at Watkins Glen, and now he wins tonight. Back-to-back, another opportunity blown for many drivers in the round of 12 by Dan West Jr. His 55 LSR TV Chevrolet EWS Motorsports entry will go to victory lane. What a race here. Honestly, Greg, we saw some thrills and spills, highs and lows. Did you think Richmond would finish this way tonight?
Had a feeling based off what we saw on Monday night in the Ezra Pros.
It's kind of like what Matt Lovett did. It's like what Matt Lovett did. He stole a win.
Sweeps it here, but we all know what's coming next. He's going to do his donuts here on the front stretch, but look out because we all know what's about to happen. Breitzman with a swing and a miss. But we all know what's coming here at Richmond. There it is. Dan Lowther begins the demolition derby here for Dan West Jr. His 10th win of the season. Lowther got a shot in. We saw Breitzman sneak by. See who's next.
Man, what a job for Dan. Oh,
Breitzman.
Sean Breitzman. There he is. Yes. Celebrate good times. Come on. And they have their proverbial virtual demolition derby here after every race when one of the Team LSR TV entries win. Dan West Jr., his 10th win. Here's the unofficial results presented by SawBlade.com as you see the virtual smoke going through the air here at Richmond. Dan West Jr. is the winner. Sean Breitzman second. Dan Lowther third. Stephen Paulison fourth. BJ Tidrick is fifth. Tyler King. Stephan O'Hare. Last truck on the lead lap. Robert Gamble. Caden Anderson. Devin West, your top 10.
Coming home in 11th was Ryan Maines in truck number 13. Frank Harris comes home in 12th. Jeff Stabnow, after everything that happened, finishes in 13th position, 7 laps down, a heartbreak for him. The 14 spot goes to the 26 of Fournier. Chris White, DNFs in 15th. Taco Bell Roy Grande 16th. James Vining, Tom Green, Corey Walters, Kevin Smith, your top 20, Wesley.
And again, when it's all said and done, the rest of the rundown includes William Fletcher, Scott Hutchinson, Wayne Rick, Carl Burke, and again, Toby Ritters and Ellie Musgrave were unable to start this race. So, Greg, we're going to let you go, buddy. I know you got some other obligations. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, buddy. I look forward to working with you Sunday night for the iRacing Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products for the Northwest with Charles Wooten as well. What's your final take of Richmond? Crazy chaos here. A calm race, so many different storylines, but when it's said and done, I think it's honestly the way we started the week with Matt Lovett stealing one. Dan West Jr. steals one here in 55 this evening.
Oh, it was a wild one here at Richmond, Wesley. It was so much fun to watch the end of that race because once that last caution came out, the second to last caution, I should say, the incident with Anderson and Stabnow, once that happened, this entire race just got turned on its lid for this finish. Dan West Jr. able to fend off not one but two green-white checkers to get the win. Great job for him. 10th win of the season, second in the round of 8. We got to wait for points to see if anyone else is locked in or not. But we're on to Charlotte for the Truck Series next week. But we got a big one coming up here. I'll be on the call tomorrow night for the American iRacing League. And Wesley, I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be on the announcing staff for the 46th National 100 started tonight, but it'll go all the way until Sunday. Hopefully we'll be done by 10 o'clock on Sunday night for sure. So thank you so much for all that you do, buddy, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. That's Greg Ranson. We're going to step away, and when we come back, we're going to grab an interview with our top 3 drivers. We'll make it quick because I got to get to bed too. It's been a long day from North Carolina all the way down to Alabama. Been driving, meetings, racing, iRacing. Gotta love it. Gotta love the announcing life, whether virtual or reality. We'll talk to Dan West Jr. and everybody down the line when we come back from Richmond Raceway. This is coverage of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series on your home for sim racing, LSR TV. Check out the new live simracingtv.com and, of course, on CRN Sports for radio coverage at wearecrn.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
No sponsors, right? Welcome back to the post-race show here on LSR TV and CRN Sports for the West Bay Napa Auto Parts playoffs for the Northwest iRacing Truck Series. By the way, Greg Rentz is taken off for the rest of the evening. I'm Wesley Outland. Will Duvall running the boards and the executive producer, of course, Charles Wooten alongside behind the scenes. We're going to grab a word with our top 3 drivers. And first, man, good run for Dan Lowther. He is in the number 10 seed as the race started. But with a finish like this, Dan, if you can't win them, you got to be on the podium. That helps you out towards trying to advance to round of 8. You finished 3rd tonight.
Yeah, that definitely helps tremendously. You know, my goal coming into this was top 10, and so to kind of sneak out a P3 there, I'm really happy for it.
Yeah, definitely an interesting race for sure. What's your take of tonight's event? I mean, it kind of had its thrills and spills and just very awkwardness. It seemed like just didn't seem like a short track race. It felt like it was Michigan or Auto Club, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean that first really long green flag run, it definitely felt like a bigger mile and a half type track or something. It was kind of wild, but everybody just was racing really clean and stuff. And then the late race cautions really worked to my favor, being a lap down and stuff. Really played it in my hands, so I got extremely lucky on that. And then that final caution, played into my hand once again. So a lot of luck involved in this one for me.
Man, what does it mean to you final question, and by the way, segue, throw your sponsors out in closing as well. Dan Lowther, what does it mean to you to have a good run like this? You won that last race at Talladega for the Cup Series to advance in the playoffs. You've done fairly well in truck competition. What is it going to take this next race at Charlotte, besides winning, to possibly put the pieces together to run in advance for the round of 8 for the championship?
Yeah, I've had up and downs with these truck races. Open setups kind of get me a little bit sometimes, but I think next week it's you got to be top 5. I mean, if you're not in the top 5, I don't know if you're going to be able to move on with 2 of the spots already locked up and real tight for the rest of them. So, but yeah, I gotta think BJ Tidrick. He brainstormed and really helped me with the setup tonight to get me something that I was competitive with, and then my sponsors, Fire Snacks, Specialty Painting, In Front Motorsports, and Northwest Thunder.
Dan Lowther hanging in there. He could possibly advance into the round of 8 by virtue of points. Mr. Consistency in 63, third here tonight at Richmond to the Richmond 200. Runner-up in the event, Sean Breitzman, again 1 race away from making history as the all-time winner on the series, besides what Mr. Waltz did, tied now at 53. And I'll tell you what, Sean, you had to go through some growing pains in this race as well. Highs, lows. What's your take of Richmond? And you come back and finish second.
Obviously finishing on the podium here is absolutely amazing. And like you guys said before, overhearing that about what felt like a Michigan versus Richmond. So it was nice to see some long green flag runs there. Hate it for Jeff Stabnow. He had a fantastic truck there, and unfortunately circumstance caught him a little bit behind the schedule there after that. But real happy with the way the Brights Boutique LSR TV Toyota Tundra ran tonight. Just didn't have the pace there for Jeff when he was on that first run.
So my question is this, because you and Dan have already won races to advance into the playoffs, the round of 8. What do you guys kind of, obviously is the mindset, I just want to win, be competitive? Or is there times where you got friends like Dan Lowther or other guys and you say, man, I want to step aside, I'm going to let you take this, especially for somebody that's in your top 12 running for a championship too? Would you do that for him?
As a competitor, probably not. I know I ran Tyler King there pretty hard, trying to get my lap back, and then eventually had to, let him go because I just holding him up at that point. So there's just a little bit of competitive respect, we'll put it that way, that I look for out of this. Tyler let me go. I raced him pretty hard, and then had to let him back by. So I'd love to see some of these other guys here get a win, maybe in the round of 8, whoever advances, and we'll see what happens with some of these competitors, because really the round of 8, anything's still up for grabs, even though I'm locked into that round. I mean, that's another new round with new playoff points and new races.
So in closing, what do you think the playoffs are going to be like for this last race at Charlotte coming up next week?
It's going to be tight. I expect a lot of these guys to be utilizing setup sessions and other online sessions for themselves. Looking at it, the round of the 8th place Dan Lowther just moved into has an 8-point advantage over Corey Walters and about a 18-point advantage over Stephan O'Hare. So it's going to be crazy. And if one of those, let's say John Ottenbacher comes in and grabs a win, then that changes the whole points perspective anyway. So it's going to get crazy at Charlotte, that's for sure.
And by the way, John Ottenbacher literally has not ran a race since Atlanta, and he's coming back. And again, next week he has a chance. Obviously, you win and you advance for sure. Hey, thank your sponsors. Second place, Sean, and we'll see you for the Northwest Tour on Sunday night as well.
Absolutely. Got to thank Brights Boutique. Check us out at etsy.com/Brights Boutique. LSR TV for everything you guys do. Great broadcast and sponsoring the Toyota Tundra here. Central Welding Supply. Also got to give it up to our playoff sponsor, of course, West Bay Napa Auto Parts. 12 locations in the Northwest. Go check them out. Go support our great sponsors, and we'll see you guys Sunday.
Yeah, Tom Green is a good guy. We appreciate what he does for sure for the Northwest and the broadcast coverage. Thank you again. Sean Breitzman, he has already won a race. He won at Atlanta. He is in the round of 8 coming up after Charlotte, but again tonight he'll finish in the bridesmaid position. And finally, picking up his 10th win on the year. By the way, Sean Breitzman was the winner for the Cup race on Monday night at Watkins Glen, too. One more win for him in Northwest iRacing history. It'll be win 54, and that will put him as the all-time winner. Dan West Jr., win number 10 tonight. 2 wins now in the playoffs. Congratulations to you, buddy, in 55. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
So this race wasn't easy. You had problems earlier in the race. It seemed just like Breitzman and Lowther did. When did things turn around for you and give you the opportunity to go for this win tonight?
Basically, when we got to lap 100 and had that caution come out, I don't know if you've seen on the start of the race, Chris, evidently the 83 truck missed a shift and was able to hit the wall and get the back of him. And I'm not sure how much damage was to the truck, but I ended up being really, really tight. And so that first 100 laps was a long, long race. And I was praying for a caution, but so we barely made it for going a lap down. If you seen where Jeff was on my rear bumper when that caution come out. So once I came in, got a fast repair, got some tires, fuel, loosened the truck up just a little bit, and felt like we had a pretty decent piece.
You know, I asked this question to you, Sean, like I do for Dan, like I did for Sean, like I do for you, Dan. When you're racing and you are literally in the playoffs, you're advancing to the next round. Does it make you want to try hard? Where maybe was there maybe a little give and take, or is it just you're going after race wins and that's why you did what you did and you got win number 10 and 2 wins in the playoffs out of 3 races so far?
Well, I think to answer the question kind of in a different way that Sean did, but same way is respect to the other racers. I mean, I don't think it'd be fair for me to roll over and let somebody else win. So, and it's about momentum. I mean, I want to win that championship. So I have to keep that momentum going. And so it's a race to race.
Final question, and you can throw your sponsors in there as well. What do you think Charlotte's going to be like next Thursday night?
It's going to be a battle, just like tonight. It'll be a battle. I mean, you got some guys that need to finish good to get to that next 8. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I'm glad. I'm sure it's the same as Sean that we're already in. So we can go there and have some fun. But looking for some luck for our teammates, Devin and Jeff. They had a rough night. Jeff was a truck to beat. Jeff works really hard on these setups, and if it wasn't for him, I'm sure Sean could say the same, that we wouldn't be up in the podium finishes. So thank you, LSR TV. Thank you, Northwest Racing Series, Napa, or West Bay Napa Auto Parts for coming on board. We appreciate them, and thank you guys for doing all you do.
Dan West Jr. will now make it his 10th win in the season, 2nd win in the West Bay Napa Auto Parts round of 12. He will advance to the round of 8 now as 2 out of 3 race winners as we move into Charlotte. Hey, by the way, don't forget the Northwest iRacing Cup Series is in action. Justin Prince, Greg Renson, I'll be on the pit lane Monday night right here on LSR TV and CRN Sports with coverage of that from Richmond. As we thought the truck race was wild, I think the Cup race will be the same as well. And then the trucks next Thursday night, Charlotte Motor Speedway in the final race of the West Bay Napa Auto Parts round of 12 to advance into the round of 8. We know that, of course, officially Sean Breitzman and this winner tonight for his 2nd win in the playoffs now, Dan West Jr. will advance. Who will be the other 6 drivers? We'll find out next Thursday night. Tomorrow night, coverage of the Fall Brawl continues on with the American iRacing League. That will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern. Greg Rance and Charles Wooten will have the call for that event tomorrow night. And then Sunday night, it is coverage of the iRacing Northwest Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products. I'll be your Joe's Racing Products pit reporter, and it will be along with Greg and Charles in the booth. And we're going to be at the virtual North Wilkesboro Speedway, round number 2. Coverage to begin around 10:30 Eastern time next Sunday night. So thank you so much for joining us. For Greg Rance, I'm Wesley Outland. For Cody Wooten, for Charles Wooten. I'm sorry, that's a bad word. For Charles Wooten and Will Duvall, the one-thumb wonder running the birds tonight. He had done a great job. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Dan West Jr., winning tonight at Richmond. And again, God bless you all. Please keep on praying for America. God knows we need it now. And we appreciate you being a fan of live sim racing and CRN Sports. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoy